It's time for some good old-fashioned, down-home, comfort food cooking all in one pan. I'm going to show you how to make a classic Southern recipe known as smothered pork chops. An insanely delicious gravy, caramelized onions. It is super good. You will love it. It doesn't matter if this recipe is 150 or 200 years old. It is so good. It is so simple. It's a perfect weeknight meal. If you're scrambling to get something on the table, it's not a 30-minute meal, but it's definitely a 45-minute meal. And that extra 15 minutes, oh my gosh, I promise you, it'll be so worth it. But to start off, per usual, we do need to knock out a little bit of prep so that the cooking is super smooth. Sound good? Let's cook. We are going to start off by peeling and slicing up some yellow onions. Now, you can absolutely use a white onion, a red onion, or a sweet onion as well. We're going to slice off the end, slice it in half, and then, of course, peel that outside layer. Now, take one of those halves, and what you want to do is make in between 1/4 of an inch and 1/2 inch thick slices. It does not have to be perfect, but the one thing is you do want them on the thicker side because we're going to take the time to roast them up. We do not want them to disintegrate. Go ahead and add them to the side in a bowl, and then in a completely separate bowl, what I'm going to do is run some garlic cloves through a garlic press. You know me, I absolutely hate chopping garlic in this life. I'm over it. Once it's all pushed through, just give it a little slice to get everything out of there. And honestly, that's it for the prep. Like I said, this recipe is super simple. Now, there are a few other things you could add in there, like domestic mushrooms or cremini mushrooms. That's totally optional for me. I like to keep things classic. You know me. Now, let's talk about the pork. So I've got some absolutely gigantic double thick cut bone-in pork chops. They were on sale for $5.49 a pound, so I absolutely had to get them. Be sure to check with your local butcher. Maybe they got a sale going. And let me stop and say, you can absolutely use a thinner cut of pork. You could use pork tenderloin, even a pork loin that's boneless. For me though, so much flavor is in that bone that's gonna help season up our braising liquid and make it that much better. So for me, it's all about double thick cut pork chops, my friends. Now, we need to season the pork very well on both sides with sea salt and fresh cracked black pepper. Whenever you season anything, be high. I mean, be about a foot away from what it is you're seasoning so that you can cover every square centimeter with that salt and pepper. And then when it comes to pepper, I like a tricolored peppercorns, green, pink, and black. Now let's go ahead and take it and go over to your cooktop. And in a very large cast iron skillet, I'm going to hit it with just a little bit of oil. I'm going to immediately turn the heat up to high. And then you want to wait until it smokes, which only takes a couple minutes. Not a rolling smoke, a light smoke like you see here. And then go ahead and add in your bone-in pork chops. Don't crowd the skillet. It's okay if they're a little bit touching, but you want these to roast. You don't want them to steam. These are maybe gonna cook for only 4 minutes per side. We want to get a nice golden brown, and as soon as you put them in there, immediately turn down the heat to medium-high. We're also gonna add in some pads of unsalted butter. This is gonna help flavor up everything, but as well, it's gonna help brown up everything as well. When that butter gets a little bit hot, it browns. That's what browns up everything. Just to prove my point, let's have a look. Yep, that looks absolutely perfect. Gorgeous, my friends. What we're going to do at this point is give it a flip, and again, we're just going to cook it for another 3 to 4 minutes. Now, the reason you want that perfectly golden brown sear on your pork chops or any meat that you plan on braising is oftentimes if it cooks in liquid and braises a little bit too long, you'll lose that sear. Honestly, your meat will turn gray and you have a little bit of sear on the outside, but you're going to miss out on all those natural sugars that occur when roasting it up that happen. That's that caramelization, that deliciousness I always talk about. Make sure you take the time to do this. Here we go. So after you flip them over, this part is totally optional, but you can baste them. And what you do is you sort of tilt the skillet back to yourself, get a large spoon. The fat will come to that side of the pan, just scoop it up and put it on top of the pork chops. This will just help to brown the other side, keep things juicy. Again, totally optional. It's just a practice thing that I've done for many years since graduating culinary school. After a total of 8 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes per side, we are going to take them out, set them to the side on a plate. We're going right back over to that large frying pan. We're going to immediately add in those thick sliced onions. And then once you do this, turn the heat down to medium. We don't need like this really dark caramelization. We want to brown them up. It's okay if we take 5 to 7 minutes to do so. This right here is perfect. You got a nice sear on the outside edge. They're starting to become nice and soft and a little bit translucent. That's excellent. And at this point, we're going to add in our garlic. Now, the reason I don't put the garlic in at the beginning is because I have a tendency to burn. So I put it in at the end. I mean, it only takes a minute or two to cook garlic. So that's why we do it that way. And at this point, we're going to add in some all-purpose flour because what we want to do is make a roux right into that pan. So go ahead and grab your tongs or a spoon, whatever you've got. Mix everything in completely. This, my friend, looks absolutely perfect. So once you're at this stage, we're now going to add in some stock. Now I'm using a combination of chicken stock and beef stock. It's totally up to you what you want to do. Put your tongs back in there and move everything around until it's mixed together. Now you can absolutely just use chicken stock or just use beef stock. I use a combination because I think it just makes it really, really rich and it's perfectly balanced in flavor. It just adds that little extra bit of love. Now, I know there's extra cost here because you need to buy a beef stock or a chicken stock or pull one of those out of the freezer, but I promise you, that's how you do it. Super good. Now what we need to do is make sure your gravy is nice and thick, just like you see here. Just move it around just to show you. I'm going to pour a few little droplets out of that spoon. See how it's nice and thick? I mean, that's a perfect gravy consistency. That's where you're looking for. Maybe takes 4 to 5 minutes to get here, not even. We're going to season up that delicious gravy or braising liquid with salt and pepper. And go ahead and grab those pork chops. Put them right back in that cast iron skillet. Now, we're not going to cook these long. Literally, we just want to reheat them up. We still want to serve these like a nice medium well internally, so we're going to crank the heat down to a low simmer. And then what you want to do is finish it with a little bit of heavy whipping cream. You could also use buttermilk or even some more unsalted butter. Just going to add a little bit more fat, going to add some nice creaminess to this gravy, just like you see here. I mean, it is so good, and it smells, seriously, it smells insane in this kitchen. Go ahead and remove it from the cooktop. We're going to set it to the side and get ready to plate up. Comies, do I even need to say this anymore? Those fundamental techniques, you need to practice them because I promise you, all of your homemade food from scratch, it will always taste better. You start incorporating these things into your everyday cooking, even these old classic Southern recipes that are just a few ingredients. Get them right. They will be absolutely delicious. Better than the grocery stores, anything that's pre-bought there, better than the restaurants. I mean, honestly, you'll never eat out again, although I hope you do. I hope you support restaurants. But it will be so good at your own kitchen table. Now, you know our tradition. Let's plate up in slow-mo. You can absolutely serve this up in the same cast iron skillet. I may have changed it to a cooler looking one. I don't know. So I'm going to put some of the onions on the top just to make sure you can see them. And I'm going to garnish with finely chopped rosemary, thyme, and parsley. It's just a nice herb combination. It's going to go really, really well. Remember, you finish with fresh herbs. And then, of course, why not serve this up with some delicious mashed potatoes? My, oh my. Check out this beauty. Seriously, I'm not sure there's anything more delicious than this few ingredient recipe. It's an absolute must make. Your family will love it. Promise you. Be sure to like and share this video. Subscribe to my channel. You need to check out this video. I made it just for you. You will love it. We'll see you on there.